Howdy folks, this is a tutorial on how to mod Skyrim. I will be guiding you through the basics and some core mods to start off with, and as well as some explanations of what the mods do and how to use some other mods and tools. There's probably a few errors and mistakes, as I'm just some moron modding Skyrim. In the video description, I've also put a link to a paste bin below where you can find all of the links that I use in the video. So, let's get started. The first thing about modding Skyrim is deciding which version of Skyrim you want to play. Believe it or not, there are actually 3 different versions of Skyrim. First up is the original Skyrim, released on November 11th, 2011. It's also known as LE, Legendary Edition, or sometimes just Oldrim. Then we've got Skyrim SE, Special Edition. This one dropped in 2016 and includes all the DLC, along with some back-end software updates that make it run smoother. But here's the catch. Skyrim LE and SE mods aren't compatible, so you'll need to pick which version you want to play and mod. Now there is a pretty long and sometimes heated debate in the community about which version is better. The main difference is that LE has great legacy mods and better ENB or graphics mods, while SE is more stable and you'll find fewer outdated mods. These days, SE has more mod authors supporting it now, and there are actually more mods available for SE. Ultimately, the choice is yours, and the modding process is pretty much the same for both. But for this video, we'll be focusing on modding Skyrim SE. Also, what kind of mods you install is up to you and how you want to play. If you want a full next-gen experience, if you want to play vanilla with a few quality of life mods, or if you want to turn Skyrim into a waifu simulator, it's up to you and how you want to play. Don't let others decide how you should play. Now, if you recall, I mentioned there are 3 versions. Well, in 2021, Bethesda released the Anniversary Edition, AE update for Skyrim SE, which included some Creation Club content for the game. Hooray! Free update! But in true Bethesda fashion, they also changed a ton of backend stuff, and suddenly half of the mods for SE didn't work anymore. It took some time, but most mods are compatible now, though a few mods from SE still don't play nice with AE. You can technically still play the pre-update version 1.5.97 SE, but that involves a lot of hassle, finding old mods, patching things. It's a pain. Even though I personally do play on it for reasons, I wouldn't recommend it for new players. So for this video, we'll be playing the game on Skyrim Special Edition with the Anniversary Edition AE update installed. So, when we install mods, we always want to go for the latest AE version, if possible. AE mods should be backwards compatible, meaning if a mod hasn't been updated specifically for AE, it should still work. On the other hand, some SE 1.5.97 mods won't work with AE mods. Phew! Yeah, it's a whole mess, as you can see. Thanks, Bethesda! So, head over to Steam, or wait for a sale if you're patient, and grab Skyrim if you don't already have it. You can also buy it from other sites. It won't impact the modding process much. Once you've got Skyrim installed, the first step in modding it is actually playing it. Yep, we're going to launch the game and play it in its vanilla form first. Go ahead and start a new game. Now, I know you're eager to dive into mods, but here's why we're holding off. The intro scene doesn't always play nicely with some mods, and you need to get through the tutorial to unlock full control of your character anyway. So just play through the opening sequence, and when it prompts you to customize your character, feel free to create a default one for now. We can always change it later and edit it later with mods. Once you're inside Helgen, and after you've taken down the first couple of enemies, save your game. Now, if you really don't want to play through the intro, you can download some vanilla save files to skip this step, or even a mod that starts you off with skipping the intro. Alright, once you have control of your character to play through the whole tutorial, you can save and exit out. So, to start, I've made a list of mods with the links and a paste bin, so you can use that to find all the mods I'll be showing. Starting at the top with SKSE, Skyrim Script Extender. This is like the backbone of all mods. It enables a ton of scripts and backend features that most mods rely on to work properly. Follow the link and you should see a site that lists all the game versions. Here we have the classic build, LE, the SE 1.5.97 version, and a few more. For this video, we're going to download the current Anniversary Edition build, version 2.2.6. You'll need a zip file opener like WinRAR or 7-zip to handle the download. Once you've got that, let's head over to our Skyrim game directory. To find it on Steam, just go to your library, right-click on Skyrim SE, select Manage, then Browse Local Files. This will open your Skyrim game directory folder. Copy all the files from the SKSE you just downloaded and slap it in your Skyrim folder. Next, find the file named skse64_loader. This is how we're going to launch Skyrim from now on, so make a shortcut of it and place it on your desktop. Now what we want to do is go back to the Common folder and create a shortcut for the Skyrim Special Edition folder. Put that shortcut on your desktop. We're going to be using it a lot. One last thing to do in Steam. Open Steam, go to your library, right-click on Skyrim SE, and go to Properties. Head over to the Update section and select Only update this game when I launch it. This setting ensures that Skyrim never updates automatically, which is crucial because updates often break mods. The most stable version of Skyrim is the one you've modded, so we want to keep it that way. Now we can close Steam and never touch Skyrim from Steam again. Now, if you're like me and hate the ugly SKSE icon, you can simply change it as shown here to the original Skyrim icon. Next on our list is Beth INI. Not really a mod, but it lets you change some base settings of the game. Head over from the link in the paste bin and download it, and extract it anywhere you want. When you open the file, it'll ask you for your game, and pick Skyrim SE. The main thing you want to change is the resolution, and if you want to play borderless window on a 2K or 4K monitor. The other thing you want to do is go over to the Details tab and turn off ambient occlusion. There are some changes you can do, like how many autosave files you want and other various options. Once you're done, you can head back to the Basic tab and save and exit. Next on the list is a program called Loot, which helps sort the load order of the mods and help you find out if any mods are acting up. Download the file from the GitHub, and you can place it anywhere you want. Once installed, make a shortcut and place it on your desktop. You'll be using this pretty often. When you open it, all you really have to do is press Sort Plugin and you're good to go. Next on the paste bin is Vortex, and it is Nexus's Mods' official mod manager, a tool that, quite simply, manages your mods and makes your life so much easier. Now, let's head over to nexusmods.com, the hub of all mods. If you don't have an account yet, you'll need to create one to get started. Go ahead and download Vortex. Once it's downloaded, install it. The only important setting is to make sure to install it on the same drive where your Skyrim game is located, as well as the staging. This is important for keeping everything running smoothly. With Vortex, you can just download straight to it from the Nexus page. Just make sure to go to the tabs page of a mod on Nexus. You can also install mods from a file or zip by dragging it and dropping it in Vortex, or click the Install From File on the top left. Now, we can finally install a mod. First on our list is SkyUI, an overhaul of the UI of the game for PC, making it much better. Head over to the link, and before installing any mods, you want to check the Requirements tab. It will tell you if you need other mods for it to work. In this case, SkyUI requires SKE, which we already have. To download the mod, head over to the Files tab. Here, you can choose to download through your Mod Manager Vortex or download it to your computer for you to install manually, or a different mod manager. We are using the Mod Manager download, and it will download on your Mod Manager. Once it's done, it will automatically start installing. And congratulations! You just installed your first mod. Next is an unofficial Skyrim patch that fixes a lot of bugs in the game. Same as before, download it and install through Vortex. Up next is 4's new idols, also called FNIS. same as before to download. This mod is for more custom animations. Once installed, you'll see that Vortex added an FNIS program onto the main dashboard. Add it to your toolbar as you will need to run this for any animation mods. The next few mods are more back-end mods to make other mods work. Follow the links for them. Next is EFF, Extensible Follower Framework. This mainly gives you more control and makes your followers much better. Now we start modding graphics. Since Skyrim is 14 years old, the vanilla textures and graphics look quite outdated. Installing texture mods is pretty straightforward. You may encounter some conflicts as some mods will overwrite the same files, but thankfully, Vortex usually recommends the correct order for you. There are lots of categories for graphic mods. I've listed a few from each category, but there are many more. Feel free to browse through the categories on Nexus to find ones that you like. Also note, for texture mods, there's no need to download higher quality textures than what your monitor is. Like if you have a 1080p monitor, don't download a 4K res texture pack for kettle, or a sweet roll, or for cheese. The last two are water and light mods. These on their own are a good choice, but they are also needed for the next mods. Next, the big scary one, ENB. With an ENB, you can turn your Skyrim from a PS2-looking game into a next-gen RTX 4090 game. Of course, it will depend on how fast your computer is, so you'll need to find an ENB that runs smoothly, but also has the right look for you. To start installing it, first we need the base ENB files. Follow the link to the ENB site and download the latest version. Once you have it, unpack it. Open the wrapper folder. Inside, we are only looking for two files, really. d3d11.dll and d3dcompiler_46e.dll. Copy these and put them into your Skyrim folder. Now we have to pick which ENB preset to use. Browsing on Nexus, there are countless different presets. Rudy, Silent Horizons NAT.enb3, each has a different look to it, so you can install them and see if you like them or not. I personally use Picho ENB. It's not the best ENB for everyone. Exterior lighting isn't the best, but for what I use, it will do. In this case, we will be using Silent Horizons ENB, a great overall ENB. Now, most ENB will require you to download a weather mod for it. In this case, we have lots to choose from. Weather mods are just like ENB. It's all up to personal preference. We will be using Obsidian Weathers, so head over to that mod page to get it. Once the weather mod is installed, you will need a few more supporting mods. They are listed on the pastebin and are required. All of them are a simple install except for Particle Patch, which is an off-site mod, but you can just drag and drop it into Vortex. With all of those supporting mods installed, we can now install the ENB preset, which can only be installed manually and not through Vortex. Once you downloaded the preset, unpack it. And what we're looking for is 3 files: ENB Local, ENB Series, and ENB Series folder. Copy these over to the folder where you pasted the 2 files from the ENB site. And congratulations! You installed an ENB! Next, we can go in-game and tweak a few options for ENB. The first time you load into Skyrim with an ENB, it will take a bit longer, so don't worry. Load into your game and you should see a huge difference in the lighting. To edit our ENB, press Shift and Enter at the same time. This will bring up the menu. First, on the ENB Effect Post Pass.fx tab, scroll all the way down until you see Film Effect. This effect is the most controversial option since this adds or removes the letterbox bars. It's used to make the game look more cinematic, but I personally don't like it. I think it looks tacky, and I paid for my whole monitor, so I intend to use it all. The other setting is under it, Vignette. This adds a slight blur into the corners of your screen, once again to give it the cinematic look. Lastly, over on the left, look for Enable Lens. This adds a lens flare effect. It's more noticeable if you're out in the world. Once you're done, hit Save and you're good to go. You can fine-tweak the ENB here, but that's a whole can of worms for another day. Now for the biggie, and what most people ask me about. It's time to talk about making waifus. And not safe for work warning for the next few mods. So first, we'll start with the body, and we begin with CBBE. And also, I'm not going to get into the CBBE versus UNP. You can pick the other one if you want. They both do the same thing. So what the mod does is that it changes the base body and makes it compatible with various modded outfits and armor. When you install it, it gives you a few body options, even a safe for work version. Pick a body type you like. Don't worry too much, as this is mainly the core mods, and we'll be using a different mod for the body type and shape. The next few are some supporting mods. For the body, a skeleton mod, and 2 physics mods. Next we need Body Slide and Outfit Studio. This is very important as we need to make our body and armor actually show up. And finally, another important one is Race Menu. This mod lets you customize and create your character with lots of detail. Now, the main body mod, CBBE 3BBB Advanced, or Amazing Body, or 3BA for short, this is the state-of-the-art mod that makes your Skyrim character rival that of any modern game. 3BA is built off of another mod, 3BBB, which can be quite confusing. All you need to know is that when you're installing mods, always use the 3BA version. When installing, make sure base install and pre-built body mesh is installed. Then, if you want a safer work version, you can do that here. Don't worry about the bottom 2 categories, those are for a modded race. Then just read the descriptions for the options you want for the body physics and body texture, and you're good to go. Next, we need to make sure the skeleton and physics are happy with our new body. So head over to the main dash, find FNIS, and launch it. And then tick Skeleton Arm Fix and click Update. Once done, you can close out of this. Lastly, we need to build our body in Body Slide, or else it will be invisible. So find Body Slide on your dash and launch it. Once inside, you'll need to know how to use it. First, the top drop-down menu is the current outfit body part you have active. Over here is the search bar. Very useful, as you don't want to be scrolling down the drop-down menu for days looking for what you need. And lastly, on the bottom is the current Body Slide preset that's active. A Body Slide preset is a set of options and settings, all combined into a file to tell the game how the body will look. You can find many Body Slide presets on Nexus, all for free. Or, if you want to waste your money, I have my own presets that cost too much. Head over to the search bar and type CBBE 3BBB in the Outfit Body tab. Click the drop-down menu. What we want is the CBBE 3BBB Amazing Body. Select that, and at the bottom, check the Meshes and Build Morphs. Then, press Build. Then, in the drop-down, you'll do the same thing for hands, feet, and the first-person and first-person hands. If you're playing the Beast race, you can do those as well. Now, once you have all those, it's time to get a body texture mod. There are a couple to choose from. Once again, it's all personal preference. Also, make sure when you're downloading or installing them to choose the CBBE version. A warning, most of these mods will have not safe for work pictures, so avert your eyes if need be. Diamond Skin is a classic one. I've used it for a while, so I recommend it. But you should try them all out. They all have lots of options for the body style you like. There are also various body paints, war paints, and tattoo mods as well, and they are all on the paste bin. Now your character is all set. But wait, what good is your fancy next-gen character without any outfit? So, this is where the waifu simulator begins. There are tons of outfits out there, from lore-friendly, knights, warriors, and mages, to bikini, anime, and gooner outfits. You can pick whatever you want. I recommend just searching 3BA on Nexus and filtering to armors and clothing. And now you can spend hours downloading armor mods. Once you downloaded and installed the game's armor mod, you also need to build them in Body Slide, just like your body, or else it'll be invisible. In Body Slide, search for the outfit you downloaded. Sometimes the author names the files a little wonky, so you might have to look at the Body Slide file name. Once you found them, instead of building each piece one at a time, click the Batch Build, and it will build all the outfits found in your search. And that's how you install and build outfit and armors for 3BA. Now next, part 2 of Waifu Simulator, the face. First, we will need a high poly heads, which you guessed it, gives you high poly heads. Head over to the link for it. Note you'll have to make an account to download it. Once high poly heads is installed, we can now make or use presets for characters. You can head over to Nexus or use any modding site and look for high poly face presets. Once again, I have all the presets for the characters I use for Tier 3 supporters, so it costs way too much and isn't worth it. I recommend going on Nexus, and there are a lot of great ones that you can get for free. To install face presets, it's the same as a mod. You can drag and drop it in Vortex. But sometimes the author doesn't link the right path to it, so if you want to install it manually, the path is, starting in your Skyrim data folder, SKE, plugins, then CareGen. Presets come with 2 files, a .nif and a .dds. Those 2 go here. The third is a JS lot, and it goes in a folder called presets. Now that you have your face presets, we can make your character. Once in game, press tilde on your keyboard to bring up the command console, then type Show Race Menu. Now this will bring up the character creation screen from before, but with much more control and options thanks to the Race Menu mod. From here, you can make your own character if you want, or you can use a preset you downloaded. To load a preset, first we need to make sure the character's race matches the preset. You will have to read the mod page for the preset to know which race to use. Or, if you use one of mine, I put the race and the name of the race in the file. So for this, we will be choosing Breton. Then, in the top left, you'll see a preset tab. Click on that, now press F9 to load a preset. This will bring up the preset folder. Scroll down to find the preset you want. In this case, we're looking for Breton Janessa. It will load. Don't be scared of the monstrosity you see. We're not done yet. Next, in the top right, click on the Sculpt tab. And here, we do the same. We find the same file, so we scroll down and find Breton Janessa. And there we go. We've loaded a preset. Now you can still change it if you want. Hair color, style, eyes, etc. Sometimes when you load a preset, you'll get a bright blue color or something like this. This means you're missing a texture for the character, usually a face paint or body paint. In your race menu tabs, go over to the body paint, and if there are any body paints, hover over them and press T, type default in the filter, and click on that. Do that until you find the body or face paint that's causing the issue. Another issue is if the body has a glossy texture. This is another bug, but there isn't a real fix for it. If you want to use the preset, you can temporarily get rid of it. Press R and exit out. Then tilde and type Show Race Menu. This will bring the race menu back and also fix the glossy skin. So with that, you're all set to go and mod Skyrim and play however you want. There are still some great mods I haven't had the time to go over, but these are just some of the basics to get you into modding. Good luck and have fun out there!